Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a product review. It's been a while since we've done a product review. And can you guess what we're reviewing today? Yeah, that's right. We're reviewing Texas Power Bar. We're actually reviewing Texas Power Bar's Texas Bench Bar. Got it right here. I bought this bar with my own hard-earned money. I bought this hat with my own hard-earned money. Bought this shirt with my own hard-earned money. So this review is not one that was bought. Unfortunately, because I would love to have a free bar or a free shirt or a free hat. But Texas Power Bar did not send any of this to me, unfortunately. Channel's too small. With that said, a little bit about Texas Power Bar, because I've wanted one of these bars for a long time because they're extremely well known. They came out in the 1980s. They were known for their aggressive knurl. They were kind of the standard barbell for big lifters. And since then, Texas Barbell has expanded its lineup. They have a Texas squat bar. They have a Texas bench bar. They have the All-American bar, which is kind of their all-around bar. And obviously they have the Texas Power Bar. If you watch my other video of lifting in Turks and Caicos, we saw a really badass Texas Power Bar, kind of rusted up, just tough looking in one of those gyms. So you see them all over the world. But here today, we're reviewing the Texas Bench Bar. Here it is. So let's take a look at the specs of this bar. This bar, if you haven't seen one of these in person, is extremely long. It's 96.5 inches in length. 96.5 inches in length. To kind of give you an idea of how long that is, it's about a foot longer than a normal barbell. The Rogue Camber Bar 4, which I thought was just a tremendously long barbell, it's even longer than that bar. So it's really, really long. It's 30 millimeter diameter, so it's about the perfect diameter for bench pressing. It has the exact same knurl as the Texas Power Bar. This bar that I bought is zinc. Doesn't seem to dull the knurl at all. In fact, when I first got this out of the box, when I pulled it out of the big tube, the first thing I thought when I felt the knurl, and I felt normal Texas Power Bar knurl, and it's the same knurl, but the first thing I thought was, it feels almost like a deadlift bar. I mean, it's that aggressive of a knurl. And if you felt the Texas Power Bar knurl, you know, it bites. So if you like a nice knurl, this bar is going to be something I think you would enjoy. The other thing about this bar are the sleeves. Texas Power Bar is kind of known. You can see a Texas bar from a long ways away because of these very unique sleeves. The thick collars on these, if you haven't seen one of these in person, it doesn't do it justice. I mean, beautiful sleeves. The chrome sleeves here are ribbed and they are loud. So if it annoys you putting on plates on a ribbed sleeve, it's going to annoy you about twice as much, because, for example, compared to Ohio Power Bar, which has ribbed sleeves, it's loud putting a plate on there. This is like double loud. Here, let me show you. It's pretty loud. Okay, so the other neat thing about this bar are the collars are actually, you know, the thick collars are actually ribbed as well. So this thing, it's a beast. Now, how is this different from the Texas Squat Bar? If you've used the Texas Squat Bar, they're very, very similar bars. They're identical in some ways. They're both 96.5 inches long. They're both 55 pounds. So this is a 55-pound bar, just like the Texas Squat Bar. They both have 32-inch powerlifting marks. So that's the only mark you're going to get, is the powerlifting mark. The Texas Squat Bar has more knurl. The center knurl is more pronounced. It's basically almost a fully knurled bar with just a small space that's not knurled. The Texas Bench Bar does have a center knurl, and I'm so glad they added that, because this is so similar to the Texas Squat Bar this makes a really good squat bar. This bar, even though it's the bench bar, is an awesome bar to squat with. Why is it an awesome bar to squat with? It's an extremely stiff bar, just like their squat bar. They're the same length. The only difference is the sleeve length. So the space in between the sleeves. So from point A to point B, on this bar, it's 52 inches inside the collars. So from here to here is 52 inches. On a Texas squat bar, you're looking at 57.5 inches. So there's going to be more space between the collars. That's not going to impact most people. The reason they do that with the squat bar is so that folks that are big, that have poor shoulder mobility, can get a wider grip. The reason that's not going to impact most people, if you have a rack like this is a Rogue rack, a Rogue Monster Light ML3. My J-cups are going to be right here, right? These are not adjustable, right? These uprights are not adjustable. So I can't grip the bar way wide anyway because my hands would get crushed by the J-cups. If you have a competition rack that the uprights are adjustable and you can bring them in, then the width between the two collars makes a big difference, because then you can actually have a really wide grip. And so with the Texas squat bar, they extend the distance between the collars. So for the really big guys with poor mobility, they can get a huge, really wide grip. But for most people, the distance between the collars isn't going to make any difference. So really the big difference between this bar and the Texas squat bar is the diameter. So like I said, this is 30 millimeters. The Texas squat bar is 31.75, so just under 32 millimeters. The actual sleeve lengths are going to be a little bit different. The sleeves on the Texas bench bar are longer. They're 22.25 inches of sleeve length, and then on the squat bar, it's just under 20 inches. It's not going to impact you. Even using bumper plates, they're long sleeves. This is a long bar. You'd have to be doing a heck of a lot of weight to run out of sleeve length on this bar. But I wanted to mention that because this bar is not just a bench bar. And when I buy a bar, I want to use it for more than just one thing. And this is my go-to squat bar now. And I've squatted with the Texas squat bar, and I really like the Texas squat bar. I like that it's got the fuller knurl, and I like that it's almost 32 millimeters. It feels really good on the back. But to be honest, there's not a lot of difference between this bar and the squat bar. And so for me, unlimited amount of money, yeah, I would buy a Texas squat bar too. But this bar now is my go-to squat bar, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. And if you own the Texas squat bar, guess what? You can bench with it. Again, it's a stiff bar. Really, when you're looking for a good bench bar or a good squat bar, you want a good stiff bar. There's probably a bad joke in there somewhere, but I'm going to skip that. And this is a really stiff bar. And so a great bar to bench with or squat with. In terms of just benching with this, feels awesome. It's a great bar. So who is this bar for? Well, number one, can a guy bench or a girl bench more with this bar than, say, an Ohio Power bar? No. Can a guy bench more with this bar that's specifically designed for bench than, say, a Titan economy bar? No. The bar's not going to make you bench more. So just get that out of the way right now. But it does feel cool. So why would you buy this bar? Having 30 millimeters in the hand is nice. That it's a really nice diameter to bench with. The other thing is, with this knurl, you're never going to need shock. Ever. You will never need shock. And something with the cheaper bars that have the more passive knurl, you're going to need shock. This bar, you'll never, ever need shock. So this is a great bar. Who's it for? It's for people that just want a cool bench bar. It's not people looking to buy their first barbell. This bar would be a terrible barbell for deadlifts. You could do it, but there's no whip to it. So even though it's a long bar, like a deadlift bar, there's zero whip to it. So it's not a great deadlift bar. Plus the diameter of the shaft, it's 30 millimeters. And for a good deadlift bar, you want something much narrower. But awesome bar. I highly recommend it. This bar that I bought is the black zinc. The zinc's going to wear down a little bit quicker than like Cerakote or other coatings. But the reason I like the zinc, even though it might wear a little bit, is it doesn't seem to negate the knurl. And if you get good Cerakote bars, like I have the red Ohio Power Bar in Cerakote, I love the Ohio Power Bar knurl, but the Cerakote fills it in a little bit and it makes that knurl a little bit more passive. And so that bar, I love that bar, but it's a little more passive than I would like. This bar, I mean, it is sharp. This zinc, black zinc, doesn't seem to impact that at all. So overall, it's a great bar. It's $3.99 right now on their website, $100 off. It's normally $4.99. I think for the value, it's a really good bar. You might want to check it out. Hope you like it. If you have questions, put them in the comment. I normally don't ask this, but subscribe and hit the like button because it's good for the algorithm. Until next time, adios.